So my first task would be to ask you all to put yourselves together in 3 groups as quickly as possible.
So, starting the media interaction session was Shamina's test of teamwork, where our candidates were challenged in their various groups to raise their cards to the highest levels.
As high as you can. As high as you can. As high as you can. Is that the highest you can go? Really? Is that the highest you can go? Someone's hand is not straight. What's he doing? Is that the highest he can go? Okay, that's fine. Let's give ourselves a round of applause and take it. Now be there. I noticed from your activity that although your hand could go a bit further up, you tried to keep it within reach. Why did you do that?
Enoch is a bit taller than us, so we have to make sure we have to stabilize the thing in mid-air, so and also carry everybody along.
Yeah. Was that Enoch's decision or that was the group's decision?
I'll say it was a group decision. That if we take it any higher, then we'll lose Malia here, and any further higher, we'll lose her and then him.
Right. Let me take the comments from the other group. How did you understand this task?
What we did was we had to be sure that the contribution of each member of the team is on board. So the further we wanted to project our individual heights, we'll get to a point that probably we'll only be left with one person, and that defeats the aim of teamwork. So we had to still get to the limit of each and every one. That was how come we stopped where we stopped.
We realized that balance and quality should play here. Balance is very essential. We could not just afford to lift it so high and end up losing the whole thing. We had to balance our intellect, and we were communicating as we did it. Bring it a little bit, bring it down a little bit, bring it down a little bit, bring it up a little bit. And as we did that, we realized that group work, communicating very well effectively in a team is very essential.
How essential, and this goes to all of you, is it therefore to be focused on the tasks, the group tasks that you have? How essential is that for group goals?
Groups, individuals in a group are like pillars in a building. If one pillar falls, the whole building is dismantled. Simple as that.
If you had something that you worked very, very hard for, and someone needed that thing badly, will you give it?
It depends. How is the person going to use my hard-earned whatever I've gained? What's he going to use it for? What's the purpose? I have to know the purpose, because probably he doesn't even respect or regard what I have achieved.
My value, personally, is how much I sacrifice for others. And the fact that I earned it in a hard way, if I'm able to give it, I've sacrificed a lot, and I think I'll feel more valuable in my own eyes and in the eyes of the other person.
Thank you, and I think as of now, Israel will come in with more questions.
Now, one of the major challenges facing the world right now is the global financial crisis. I'd want you to tell me briefly what you understand of it, and try and make it as simple as possible, because for many people they think the global financial crisis is way up there and it doesn't really affect us. Each of you briefly, in about 10 seconds, if you can tell me how you understand it.
Powerful countries that he knows to be America, Britain, etc. have lended so much to their people. People using credit cards to withdraw so much than what they do have in the banks. They bought mortgages that they've not been able to pay, and as such, there is no money in the system for you to borrow to do your business. And because of that, companies are crumbling, or companies are laying off workers. And as such, his brother or sister who is in the UK, who used to send him £10 or £100 a month, cannot do that anymore.
There's been more money spent in doing things than should have been. People who, in Ghana we don't see it as much, but people who have credit cards and are able to use the money of other people and then pay it back later have put too much emphasis on that as their medium of spending. And so now there isn't a lot of money where they used to go get that money.
The banks are spending more than they are able to generate. Let's say I'm a bank and she comes for a loan from me. Let's say my brother here deposits. I give it as a loan to her, but she cannot pay back. that she cannot regenerate what she took. So when William comes for his money, it wouldn't be possible for me to pay him.
How do you think it's going to impact on Ghana as a country? So let's focus on the country and the economy. How do you think it's going to impact us?
We are all on the global market. So long as we keep trading outside our borders, if the whole of the world is putting in more and getting out less, then definitely we also have a part to play. As in, our economy needs to be strong before it can stand. So the trickling effect in Ghana is that we need to restructure our system so that we could have a bigger base, cutting down waste and losses, so that we can actually be able to meet up with the international market.